asleep on the phone with you. I don't know where your fiance was at for you to be able to fall asleep on the phone with another married man because he's not divorced yet. And then demand that he check.
Listen to this, because you know those wild stories where somebody wakes up and discovers their whole life was staged? The kind where the person they trusted the most wasn't just lying, they were living in a totally different dimension. The betrayal that doesn't just hurt feelings, it rewires your timeline, makes you replay every memory, every laugh, every I love you, wondering if any of it was ever real. But hold up, because this isn't one of those stories. This is worse. Because what's hitting Claressa Shields right now isn't just gossip. It's a controlled demolition of everything she thought she was building. And the man at the center, he didn't just wander off. He didn't just stretch the truth. He allegedly engineered a double existence so cold, so detailed, it makes other celebrity scandals look like playground drama. We're talking alleged secret households, financial draining, and deception so layered that even insiders didn't catch a hint. And here's the brutal part. The world isn't sympathizing, it's clowning. Because while Claressa was planning her forever, Papoose was allegedly scripting a different storyline, one that came with another woman, another baby, and a web so tight, unraveling it might break her or force her into a version of herself nobody's ready for. That's battle rap for you. Ain't nothing off limits in that space. Is that gangster gossip or what? Is that a rap battle podcast? 'Cause clearly folks ain't never seen this before. I'm just saying. We watched her pop out publicly with Papoose, saw her defend him, saw her believe in him, the vacations, the late-night calls, the future talk that sounded locked in and permanent. But girl, here's the thing about permanence. It cracks, and once it cracks, the truth underneath is ugly. Because while Claressa thought she secured her match, thought she was building something real, Papoose was allegedly out here running a double narrative so bold it would be impressive if it wasn't so ruthless. Christmas with Remy Ma, birthdays with Remy Ma, holidays, trips, private moments that never included Claressa at all. And now the knockout punch. Remy Ma is reportedly pregnant, and the child is allegedly his. Not a fling, not an accident, a whole family. One that was being constructed in the shadows while Claressa was left financing the very life being used to replace her.
As Black love couples, we've been on that for years. Pap held Remy down while she served 6 years in prison.
And girl, let's get into the money. This is way bigger than a broken heart. It is about being played financially. Sources are whispering that Claressa's money wasn't simply shared, it was redirected. Bills covered, vacations financed, and a whole lifestyle kept afloat. Meanwhile, she thought she was pouring into a future they were building together. But listen, paperwork doesn't lie. The leaked screenshots, the financial breadcrumbs, and the quiet insiders who watched the funds move from point A to point, where did that go? It paints a picture of a man who wasn't just stepping out on his partner. He was allegedly stepping into her pockets, using her trust like an unlimited credit line and her affection as collateral damage. And the coldest part? She didn't see any of it coming. Not until the leaks hit the blogs, not until the texts surfaced, not until Remy Ma allegedly pulled the blinds back and showed the world the version of Papoose Claressa never imagined existed.
Got messy and still getting messy. More on the Remy, Pap, and Claressa trio. We reported on it yesterday, but things started to escalate. Accusations being thrown from both sides, and it's definitely messy on both sides.
But hold up, because this is where things really hit the fan. This isn't just a situation about a man juggling two realities. It's about how the truth surfaced and who stood there ready to twist the blade for sport. Cue 50 Cent, a man who has never met chaos he didn't want to narrate. He didn't sit quietly observing. He joked, he trolled, he turned Claressa's loyalty into a meme, her pain into sarcasm, her blind faith into a cautionary tale for anybody who falls too fast. What did you expect was the vibe, like he'd been clocking this mess from jump, like Papoose's alleged player behavior was the industry's worst kept secret, and Claressa was the only one still believing the fairy tale. And maybe she wasn't completely clueless. Maybe the red flags were right there, hidden behind the glam shots, the cute couple moments, the matching captions that made everything look flawless. But love will dull even the sharpest instincts, and Claressa wasn't just in love, she was invested.
Don't give a. I be bored responding. Need.
And then the leaks hit. The texts, the screenshots, the jaw-dropping receipts that turned quiet rumors into flat-out sirens. Remy Ma didn't just acknowledge the affair, she flexed it. Papoose fell asleep on the phone with Claressa, she typed, like it was comedy hour, like Clarissa's pain was just another subplot in someone else's show. But this wasn't entertainment. This was a woman's world collapsing in plain sight, her loyalty crushed, her name dragged through digital mud while the audience cheered from the sidelines. And Papoose, he didn't apologize, he dodged, throwing accusations back at Remy, posting pictures of her with other men, turning a betrayal into a scoreboard. Like tit for tat somehow erases years of deceit, financial exploitation, and the way he allegedly weaponized Claressa's love to cover his own tracks. But the money part, that's where the knife twists, because this wasn't strictly emotional, it was tactical. Insiders claim Claressa didn't just support the relationship, she allegedly funded his entire two-household routine. The vacations, the gifts, the smooth double life he pulled off without missing a beat, all while she unknowingly paid for the privilege. And the wildest part, he never planned to choose. Why would he? He had a powerhouse girlfriend financing the lifestyle and a wife rumored to be expecting, waiting at home. It's opportunism at its ugliest, not just shattering the heart, but burning the blueprint for trust itself.
The relationship there. But yeah, Remy outside the courtroom, standing on business, and she's there, she.
And now Claressa is left sweeping up the fallout. Her private breakdown turned into a viral sideshow. Every rant, every shaky post, every raw moment pulled apart by supporters, trolls, and the same crowd that once worshipped her. The undefeated champ who could destroy anyone in the ring is suddenly facing a much colder opponent, the internet. And listen, in this arena there are no rules, no bell to end the round when it gets ugly, just an endless loop of leaks, comments, reaction videos, and memes that turn real pain into digital popcorn. Because that's the thing about scandal. It doesn't care about dignity, healing, or who bleeds. It cares about the narrative. And right now, Claressa's humiliation is the storyline everybody wants to binge.
She didn't say anything about it, but she hopped online to just apologize because it's her event. People pay money to see these rap battles and stuff like that. It's a real thing. The whole rap battle thing is.
So here's the part nobody's really sitting with. The type of betrayal that doesn't just disappear once the relationship ends. It lingers like smoke. It stains every photo, every memory, every I love you that suddenly feels counterfeit. Claressa didn't just lose a boyfriend. She lost the future she thought she was sculpting, the confidence she had in her own instincts, the belief that love could ever be safe terrain, that loyalty was more than PR language. And now she's replaying everything, wondering how she missed it, how she let a blind spot become a blueprint. Because men like Papoose don't just cheat, they distort reality. They make you question what's true and what's manipulation. They weaponize affection and feed you confusion until the damage is already done. And the worst part is the audience. We're not just spectators, we're participants. Every repost, every girl she deserved better comment, every reaction clip feeds the algorithm. The same machine that turns private wounds into public entertainment. The same machine that refuses to let anyone heal quietly. Because in 2026, heartbreak isn't intimate anymore. It's content. And Claressa's pain has become the kind that charts, trends, and keeps the timeline hungry for updates. It's vicious, it's non-stop, and trust is nowhere near finished.
Still investigating the motive behind the shooting, though it was initially believed that a dispute may have led to the violence.
Because here's the thing about scandals like this. They don't just fizzle out, they morph. And right now, we're standing at the brink of something way darker. The money trails still haven't been fully decoded. The legal side hasn't even clocked in yet. And Papoose, he's not the type to bow out and hold hands with accountability. He's the type to regroup, to twist the narrative, to paint Claressa as the villain in a movie he's directing. And Remy, she's not just a wounded wife, she's a tactician. She understands optics, strategy, survival. She's lived through backlash, prison, media storms, the kind of fame that destroys the average. She's not about to let Claressa exit with clean edges, not when there's still pressure points to hit and headlines to shape. And then there's the baby, the unborn tie that locks Papoose and Remy into a story that Claressa can't erase or compete with. A family he's nurturing in silence while she's forced to rebuild from wreckage. It's the kind of twist that doesn't just sting, it shadows everything. Because no matter which direction this goes, that child becomes the echo, the reminder of the choice he made, the life he prioritized, the future he was constructing while Claressa was still defending theirs.
Outside of the courthouse, Remy Ma got into a courthouse altercation with the daughter of the man her son allegedly murdered.
So where does that leave Claressa? Right now, she's right in the middle of the chaos. The leaks keep dripping, the comments won't stop, the audience is still glued in, waiting to see her next move, her counterpunch, her survival strategy after realizing the love story she believed in was a mirage. And we really have to ask, what actually hurts more, the betrayal or the forced replay of it? Because every headline, every meme, every hot take from people who've never lived through this kind of heartbreak forces her to reopen the wound. But here's what we can't forget about Claressa Shields. She's literally built for combat. She didn't earn belts by folding. And if this scandal exposed anything, it's how much she was undervalued by Papoose, by Remy, and honestly by the public. And history keeps proving that sleeping on Claressa is a rookie mistake you only make once. Because when she resurfaces, and she absolutely will, it won't be with a breakdown. It'll be with strategy. And if there's one force more dangerous than a woman hurt, it's a woman betrayed, publicly humiliated, and officially out of reasons to play nice.
Is only 23 years old. And Remy spoke to TMZ about the situation. She said, "We stand by Jason's innocence and pray that NYPD will conduct a contempt and thorough investigation."
And Papoose, he better be nervous, because the Claressa Shields that's emerging now isn't the one who believed him. It's the one who studied him, the one who got dragged through the ugliest corners of love and loyalty and still kept moving. The one who realized the same discipline that made her unstoppable in the ring is the same discipline that'll carry her through this fallout. And when she returns, it won't be subtle, it won't be soft, it'll be historic. But let's not skip ahead, because the story is still in motion. The leaks haven't stopped, the audience hasn't looked away, and Claressa is still standing inside the ruins of a relationship that never existed the way she thought, trying to figure out how to rebuild from scratch. And the wildest part? We're all still here, watching, refreshing, waiting for the next breadcrumb in a scandal that completely redefined the word blindsided. Because this isn't just a split, it's a reckoning. And trust, it's nowhere near finished.
Celebrity or not, if you commit a crime, you're supposed to be paid for the crime you committed.
It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. You know.
And just when we thought the storm couldn't get any heavier, the whispers started twisting into something downright dangerous. Because this wasn't just a man living a double life. It was a strategy, a method, a blueprint for deception that people close to the situation now claim was obvious from the jump. The warning signs weren't subtle. They were waving in plain sight, dismissed, rationalized, or buried under love. Because let's be real, love blinds us to what we don't want to acknowledge. But 50 Cent? Oh, he saw every move, and he wasn't about to let anyone forget it. His commentary didn't just add sparks, it soaked the whole situation in gasoline, then stepped back to watch the flames rise. What did you think was coming? That's the energy, like he called this exact moment, like he knew all along that Papoose's charm was a mask for something far colder. And the way he roasted Clarissa's blind loyalty, that wasn't just shade, that was a warning. In this game, trust is a currency most can't afford.
Ma and Papoose are done.
But here's
But here's where the story cuts even deeper. Because while everyone was fixated on the love triangle, the texts, the pregnancy, other names began surfacing. Other women, other links. The kind of whispers that don't just hint at a fling, but point to a pattern, a system, a way of operating that allegedly went beyond Remy Ma, beyond Claressa. Sources close to the situation claim Papoose's opportunism didn't stop at one relationship. It was a lifestyle, a revolving door of entanglements, each serving a purpose, each carefully compartmentalized just enough to fly under the radar. And the money side? That's where it gets messier. Because if these rumors hold weight, Claressa wasn't the only one allegedly footing the bill. There are claims, unverified but persistent, that this wasn't about love at all. It was about access, about maintaining an image, a status, a lifestyle that required more than one woman's wallet to keep afloat.
Happened in 2021. So that was what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
So the fact that they just getting the information now is crazy, but
here's where the story cuts even deeper. Because while everyone was fixated on the love triangle, the texts, the pregnancy, other names began surfacing. Other women, other links, the kind of whispers that don't just hint at a fling, but point to a pattern, a system, a way of operating that allegedly went beyond Remy Ma, beyond Claressa. Sources close to the situation claim Papoose's opportunism didn't stop at one relationship. It was a lifestyle, a revolving door of entanglements, each serving a purpose, each carefully compartmentalized, just enough to fly under the radar. And the money side? That's where it gets messier. Because if these rumors hold weight, Claressa wasn't the only one allegedly footing the bill. There are claims, unverified but persistent, that this wasn't about love at all. It was about access, about maintaining an image, a status, a lifestyle that required more than one woman's wallet to keep afloat.